Welcome back, everyone. Now, of course, as we know, art is more than just a painting itself or a design. Sometimes it's a way of seeing the world and expressing our own ideas and emotions differently. Now, of course, our guest for today combines graphic design and street art, transforming spaces and everyday ideas into creative works that reflects her own unique artistic identity. Now, we're very pleased today to welcome Fatima Mullayousef, a graphic designer and a street artist, to learn, of course, more about her journey, her own passion, and how she has actually created her own space in the world of art. So how about this? We welcome Fatima. Good morning to you, of course, and thank you so much for being here right on KTV too.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Of course, Fatima, to begin with this, let's start all the way from the beginning. When did you actually realize that art design were the fields that truly felt exactly just fit for you?
I actually always had a liking for art since I was a child, and throughout high school I had an opportunity to actually go into advanced art placement classes.
Oh, really?
And I saw my passion, and I was very happy whilst doing art pieces and studying the history of art. And yeah, that was my push towards the field of art.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, of course, Fatima, you combine both graphic design and street art all together, and which is very amusing to me. This is the first time that I get to experience a person like that right here on KTV too. So what do you love most about this form of art?
Graphic design is something that many people see as, let's say, restricting. There's guidelines, there's you know, shapes and sizes and everything that has to fit in one space. But when it comes to street art, it's very open to interpretation. It's free. So when you put both together, it actually gives you a very beautiful mixture.
A very
of both.
unique mixture, which is very complicated when I think about it. I don't know how you do it, but that's beautiful. Now, of course, street art offers a lot of freedom, of course, like you said earlier, and room for experimenting. So what do you love most about, like, let's say, this kind of art itself?
Street art is not just using spray cans or a paintbrush. It can be open to many things. You can mix printing with cans. You can use many types of medias together, and it will look beautiful. And what I like the most about it is the size. It's very eye-catching. It can be huge in various sizes.
That's beautiful.
That's what I like.
What kind of art do you actually get to display? I'm very curious to see. I really want to know more about this. But before we get started with that, of course, when you see a, like let's say, a blank wall or an empty space, do you immediately like see it as a canvas? And what is the first thing that comes to your mind in your own imagination? That's what I was implying for.
Sometimes I can imagine it straight away, like seeing maybe an empty wall in a building or on the streets, and I can just see, you know, something that shows my identity as a Kuwaiti, as an artist, just displayed there for everyone to see. And other times I actually like to dig deeper, maybe into the history of why this, you know, beautiful wall is empty and what I can do for it to show it off.
Okay, that's beautiful. Now, do your artworks usually carry a specific message, or do you prefer leaving something else? It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
Sometimes I can leave it for like interpretation and just let people, you know, think of what they think of it, you know. Let them see it, enjoy it, interpret it. And other times I like to actually convey a story, like from the beginning to the end of the art piece. It flows and it just tells its own story.
Okay. So where do you basically get your inspiration from? Is it Kuwait, or is it outside Kuwait? Is it the people, everyday life, or is it something that you watch?
Actually, it's a mixture of many things. As my background as a graphic designer, I studied a lot of art history, and studying various things about it showed me how mixing it with my own culture can make it actually beautiful. So it's actually Western Kuwaiti fusions that I enjoy making.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, they tend to send a very beautiful message.
It makes a lot of sense. Now, how do you actually get to maintain your, let's say, your own artistic identity and style in a creative place, or let's say a world, or even how they get to feel about it?
It's very hard, especially in this age of AI and media. It's very hard to keep a specific style to yourself. But from what I've seen, just the ideas that come to me, and you know, putting myself in the art piece, not just what the client or what the photo should be, you know, in a whole. It's usually just makes itself into the art piece, and it tends to be special every time.
Exactly, and it's not supposed to make sense to a lot of people. It has to make sense to you and how you see it. And it depends on people and how they get to interpret it. That is the beauty of art itself. That is why we see people going for art exhibitions, just making out perspectives, or let's say ideas, when it comes to each and every art piece, let's say. So I think it's a beautiful world that we get to live in, that we get to experience each and different emotions coming from each art piece. Now, of course, if you would like, let's say, go back in the beginning, or let's say to the beginning of your own journey, what advice would you like to give to your younger self?
Don't be scared of colors. Don't restrict yourself to what people think is art, because when I started, it was, you know, just the idea of knowing how to draw. You have to know how to draw to be an artist. That is not true. There are many different various designs and styles of art that doesn't need the identity of drawing. You can be a color interpreter. You can design through shapes. It doesn't actually have to be, you know, the drawing anatomy or animals or plants. It can be just the feeling that you give.
Exactly, and that's what's beautiful about art itself. And you know, it doesn't have to fit. It's not meant to fit. It's meant to be able to express how someone actually feels. Well, Fatima, of course, Mullayousef, thank you so much for being here with us. I'd like to talk more about it, but unfortunately we're going to have to end this. Thank you so much for being a part of KTV2, and thank you for being here.
Thank you
very much. So much. Thank you. Thank you so much to Fatima Mullayousef, a graphic designer and a street artist. Now, of course, moving on from this, imagine that a source of water is all around us, in the air we get to breathe. And as water scarcity becomes an increasing global challenge, technology is exploring innovative ways to basically extract water itself, vapor from the atmosphere, and turn it into liquid water. So how does the technology work? How much water can it produce, and could it become a part of the solution to water scarcity in the future? More details in this following report. Stay tuned.